more ReZero, more ReZero. All right, we're gonna run through this. We can see the ending. Season 2. I think there's about like 5 episodes left. I mean, you guys know me. I'm super bad at keeping track of the episode numbers, but I feel like I've only seen like 5 or 4 more episodes after this. So I'm really interested to see exactly where they're gonna leave off. At this point, last season they were like deep into like fights with like the White Whale and Beetlejuice, like Julius. Man, Julius, what a guy. But yeah, last episode left off on a really cool note. Garfield showed up in his gear-free Iron Knight armor, reunited with Frankie. You know, I always confuse like Francesca and Frederica, so I'm just gonna call her Frankie. It's easier for me, so that means it's the correct way. But yeah, so Garfield reunited with Frankie. They had a little, you know, butting of the heads. Ultimately, Garfield said like, yo, you know, this girl, because Garfield's gonna fight Elsa right now. It's like, this girl's kind of crazy. Probably best, you know, you don't stay here. And so I'm guessing right off the bat, that means that Garfield is undetestably, like, uncontestably, I was like, that doesn't sound right. Uncontestably, stronger than Frankie, because she was like, okay, yeah, okay. You know, I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna take Rem and get out of here. And so Subaru is saving Petra elsewhere. He came in all superhero style at the end, which we kind of called. We kind of got like that hero, main character energy, you know, coming up. So we knew he was gonna show up eventually. As far as like what's going on inside of the sanctuary, we got Puck and Ram who are fighting Roswald. They're not really fighting though, and that's kind of a bummer. They're kind of just like trying to like slap him a little bit to like knock some sense into him. Because like I feel like if Puck actually wanted to kill Roswald, he could do it in like so much more creative ways than once again throwing the ice sprinkles, which is just like, I'm so tired of the ice sprinkles, man. It's just the most unimaginative thing. It's like you could do so much with ice powers. You can do so much with ice powers, but nah. The sprinkles, it's just like, oh man. Because like we've seen Emilia do a lot with ice powers, at least in her memory she did a lot. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, they're doing that, and I believe that's about it. Yeah, I think that's everyone that matters to the story right now anyway. Yeah, so without further ado, let's see what's man. Okay, so actually before we begin, I did predict that I think either Beatrice or Garfield are gonna kill Elsa, leaning more towards Beatrice, although I did say that Subaru is probably gonna be given the credit some way, somehow, because that's what everyone does in this show. They give Subaru all the credit for everything, and it's like, yeah. Tier counter. How many people will cry this episode? I got last episode wrong. I guess 5. Oh, I mean, I guess 4. And it was just 2. This episode, because Subaru is meeting up with Beatrice, and because I know what they're doing with their characters, sadly, regrettably, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna say 5 again. There's gonna be 5 people crying in this, or 5 instances of crying in this episode. Let's see if I get this right. All right, so without further ado, let's continue with ReZero Season 2. Let's go. Yeah, so after this, there's only 3 episodes left, man. We're like right there. We are right there. And depending on how slowly I upload this, they all might come out before Season 3 premieres. I'm gonna do my best. Do my best. Ain't gonna be. Oh, sheesh. I kind of thought he would just like ricochet it away. I didn't think he would catch it with his teeth. Girl, he told you to leave. It's been a long time since you've seen him. He's gone through a lot. She just cut through smoke. She just cut through smoke. What the hell, dude? Oh, well. This is specialty, I suppose. They, you know, met Subaru didn't know what was going on. I honestly didn't know what was going on. I don't think even the directors knew what was going on, just because that was such a huge stumble with Beatrice's character. So now I'm hoping Subaru knows exactly how to get to her with the information that he's seen. I think he does know about, like, Beatrice and the lolly. Yeah, man. So it looks like Beatrice is going through the same sort of abandonment issues that Emilia is going through. I think even the same number of people, 3, is what she's dealing with. It's like Puck, Beetlejuice, and Emilia's stepmom for Emilia, and then for Beatrice, it's Ryuzu, Roswald, and Echidna. Like, I get that she loves her, or loved, maybe, her mother, and that she looks up to her mother, but it's 400 years later, and you've been through so much, you've lost so much, you should be, like, able, or at least a part of you would want to, like, abandon that supposed mission of yours, or, like, fate of yours, and see what else you can do. I don't know if it's better for Subaru to play along as being that person, or to tell him that there is... There you go, yeah, okay, I was gonna say... Like, I don't know if it's better for him to play along, or for him to just tell her, like... I mean, he could have done it a little nicer than that, but... I mean, I was gonna say, wouldn't Roswald tell Elsa about the escape routes? What are those? Whoa... Who's that? Oh, it's just a random monster. Guilty low. Did they just retcon the conversation there to add that little bit at the end? He didn't say that last time. Or is he just standing out there waiting for Emilia? Did he already win the fight? That's one. I got one crying. Actually, it might be 2. I don't think Beatrice cried, but alright. Remember, 5. 5. We got one already, at least. Oh, hey! It's the guy who got pretty much burnt alive, dude. Just like the way that they, like, made the poisoning look, or maybe that's actually how it functions in that spell, where, like, it's not really so much as a poisoning, more like a burning blight or something, you know? Oh, I've mentioned it in the past, because this is like Emilia's 3rd trial. Emilia, from what we've seen, has had the easiest trials of all the people that we've seen have taken the trials. She's literally just walking through, like, happy memories and stuff like that. It is cool to see that there's something in there. I'm more so connected with the Garfield and the Ramen Otter. Echidna is not Pandora. I don't feel like Echidna is straight up, like, violent, or, like, straight up, like, evil, because we've seen her have some sort of concern in Beatrice's flashback. Granted, it could just be that maybe that's how Beatrice imagined it, and that's not how it actually happened. But yeah, at least we know she's not, like, a straight up loon, you know, like a Gasai sort of character. No, that was the 3rd trial, right? Because, like, the first one was when Subaru was taking the trial with her, like, alongside of her. The second one was when she went back in and then had, like, the Beetlejuice and the backstory. And now it's the 3rd one. So what do you mean, like, it's the 2nd one? Am I misremembering a time loop, or Oh man, they're really trying to make everyone like Emilia. The audience, like, the music, just how everyone's loved, like, nothing but praise. But, like, dude, she's not even going through anything. She did in the past. Like, granted, like, I was very empathetic towards her abandonment issues when we saw how hard it triggered, like, that sort of breakdown from her. But like at the more that we spend with her in the trials, just like breezing through it. All right, and another great episode, man. Yes, I know. I was doing my usual complaining through Emilia's things, but you guys know if there's one character I hate more than Subaru, it's Emilia. And like, yeah, it was cool to see what might have been, what could have been between Fortuna and Beetlejuice, or maybe that's her trying to make, like I said, it might have been. It didn't turn out to be. I was gonna say it would have been like really cool if that part of the test was like, oh, here's this perfect life. You know, isn't it tempting to stay here? You can stay here if you want, and just stay here forever and all that kind of stuff. And then she had like struggle between like everyone that she knows living happily in her memory, or, you know, getting away from that, you know, diving back into like the suffering that's going on in the outside world. That would have been really cool. It didn't do any of it. It didn't do anything close to that. It wasn't even a choice. She was literally just like walking through, and it's just, man, I'm done with these trials, dude. The Beetlejuice one was cool. Like, I really appreciated that episode. It's just not, there's no danger in any of it. It's just fluff. It's just like, it's just trying to be deep. It's trying to be artsy. Like when Emilia at the end dove into, like, there was no point in her diving into the water, but it was just so they could get like an artsy angle, like make it look all like meaningful, like, oh, she saw her reflection, and like, oh, okay. It's like anyone who has ever, like, you know, done some writing, like, you know, creatively or professionally, I would consider directing in this sort of way the same thing as like writing in purple prose, right? Where you're being needlessly flowery with like the text. It's like super complicated words, synonyms, every other word is just like, yeah, it was that kind of stuff. That's what I'm getting with like the at least this part of the trial. I could have sworn we have been through like 3 trials with Emilia. It's not Yuza. Yuza's the one in the crystal. Captain Lolly said it was only 2. So maybe someone can clear that up for me. But aside from that, everything else was so fucking cool. Like everything from like the mansion fight, like Garfield catching the blade with his mouth, like Beatrice, like, you know, trying to like come to grips with like maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about. Maybe she doesn't know what she wants. I really thought Subaru, with everything that he found out, with everything that he's great at manipulating everyone. Like we like always point out when he manipulates and gaslights Emilia. Why couldn't he use that same tact here when dealing with Beatrice? Like, he did do what I wanted him to do, which is like tell Beatrice that there is no actually that person, that was a lie. But the way he did it was like just so like backhanded, like it, you know. Of course Beatrice wouldn't respond well to that, and she ended up just kicking him out of the room. So that's like, I wish that could have been handled a little bit differently. But yeah, now there's like another fight going on outside with Frankie and then the Mob Beast manipulator. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Only 3 more to go. Only 3 more to go. We're doing it. Oh man, I really wonder how this episode or this season's gonna end off. Kingdom seemed pissed at Emilia for reasons I do not know. And yes, I was wrong again with the cry counter. I guessed 5 again. It was just 2. Damn it, man. I still wish we could get at least 1 episode or a couple episodes without anybody in a ReZero crying, but I don't think this is that kind of series. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Please like and subscribe for more reactions. I react to other anime series, movies, shows that I'm watching. If that's not anything, I stream on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need some background noise, we'll do chores, homework, all that kind of stuff. I'm very good at talking to myself. But if this is all you see me, my name's Adam. Thanks for down Jupiter Machine. And as always, steal credit cards, hurt your loved ones, plant some flowers. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.